Hello again, and welcome back to what I'm calling my journey as a dyslexic. My name is Aldrin Albino. My series is on how I'm learning to speak, read, and write French as a dyslexic. Also, my many thoughts and feelings on being a dyslexic in today's Canada, especially how it feels to be a dyslexic. Today's video is my series is on Ashamed Part 2. Part of the ongoing search for answers. I've had the opportunity to spend time with a psychologist just recently, and I allowed her to uncover things in my mind I never realized that were sitting there still in regard to what I went through as a person, what I'm going through now, so on and so forth. I did entitle this one Shame Part 2. I did, in one of mine, Part 1, you shouldn't be ashamed. I said try not to be. I found out during my interview or time with the psychologist that, well, I guess I've buried a lot of very things that have hurt me, or things I'm going through, things that are a bit frustrating for me as a dyslexic, and most importantly, the shame of hiding constantly, being caught for or being seen as a stupid person or highly unintelligent person because I couldn't read as fast as everybody else. I couldn't spell as fast as everybody else. Took me longer to ride a bike. So many things I was ashamed of as a person to discuss openly. I say this to you as dyslexics and to anybody else who's there. You're not alone in these feelings, and I think that's part of the reason that nobody has put together the fact that we are being denied or being discriminated against getting jobs in the federal, provincial government and other places, because we're ashamed to tell people that we read slower, or that we spell not as well as everybody else, or horribly, that we can do something and study and work very hard one night and the next day it's gone. And it's hard for people to grasp that. I have a very good teacher. I know that this teacher's intent is to make me feel normal, but sometimes to hear that don't worry, it's normal to forget, it kind of, in a roundabout way, makes it seem don't fully understand, or that they don't grasp it. And what I mean by that is, I was reading an article in here, I'll pop it over, where it's as a child you could work on something all night long, and the next day a spelling issue and forget the word that you spelt. It's how I feel in French. I can spend hours at night all assured, and I wake up the next morning and it's gone. It's frustrating, it's demoralizing, it's hurts. And to try and get your brain moving, for me, has been both physically and emotionally draining and painful. I'm told attention for dyslexics, focusing on something should be 10-20 minutes. I'm used to spending hours on working on something, and of course that just, my brain turns into mush within 20 minutes, and I become literally a vegetable after that. But it's so hard. But at the same time, reading that I'm not alone, and hearing from other people that I'm not alone, is important. And I think that's what I'm trying to say today. Yes, I am ashamed of a lot of it, and it's really difficult for me as a person. Frustrating, shameful, struggling with grammar and reading comprehension, reading fluency, sentence structure, in-depth writing. I have struggled with those all my life, and I have always tried my very best to correct them on my own, because I blame myself for that. Reading autoimmune conditions, seasonal allergies, asthmatic. These are some of the things that come up with dyslexia as well. But it's the whole not being seen as as everyone else, or being seen as different and less is tough. It's tough for me. I did speak to the psychologist, and we did chat about the fact of my way of seeing things as a person. I've always wanted to make people see men as gentle creatures. I've wanted people to see black people not stereotypical what people would assume them to be. So I've worked at that. My particular vocation, my particular place that I work, I wanted people to see how amazing those people are, because unfortunately I didn't want people to see me as a representative as being negative in that. And now struggling with this language issue is just brought back a lot and opened up a lot of wounds for me, bringing them back. But like someone had said a long time ago, I think the person's name, I got it clear, it's not how many times you get knocked down that counts, it's how many times you get back up. It says George A. I'm not sure who that is, but I keep getting up. Some days it's hard to get up and continue that fight of struggling to learn this language. Don't misinterpret that struggle of getting up meaning anything negative. No, I enjoy my life. I enjoy everything. It's absolutely amazing. I've been very lucky and very blessed. Of course, that's the first one of the questions you asked. But some days it's difficult to continue to fight to learn a language that you may not be able to get through. It's such a struggle. That's the fight that I'm talking about. And each day I get up and go to school, it's my intention to push that boundary for myself, for dyslexics, for my class, and for my country. But I do understand I'm not Mr. Optimist nor am I a pessimist. I consider myself to be a realist, and just passing on that I understand how difficult it must be and how embarrassing it is to feel people judging you based on your ability to read, write, and comprehend, and how people automatically deem you to be not worthy, less than, and to be able to take that information in and try not to think any less of yourself, imagined or real, is tough. As I said, I'm blessed because I have a lot of support from my classmates, from my school, from my teachers, to keep going. But it's still tough, and there are days I am ashamed. So this was just to tell you that you're not alone. You're not the only person that thinks that way, and I get it. I really, really get it. But we can do amazing things as dyslexics, and you need to hold on to that. You need to hold on that you're an amazing person, whoever you are, male, female. You're absolutely amazing, and don't let that hold you back from achieving whatever you want to, right? Remember, again, it's not how many times you get knocked down that counts, it's how many times you get back up. So that's what I've got to say about that for today. Hope this helps you not feel alone and understand we all as dyslexics feel that pain and that shame. Anyhow, you have a good day, and thank you so very much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.